Hi, I'm Paul Carpenter, candidate for Winnebago County State's Attorney. When prosecuting criminal cases, state's attorneys are required to seek justice and not merely convictions. And that's not just an aspirational quote or a Michael Scott motivational poster. That's the law. One of the issues that's come up in this campaign is the idea of a fast-track court. My opponent would create this court with the objective to, as he put it, make a defendant an offer they can't refuse, in exchange for a quick guilty plea to close out criminal cases faster. And that's what fast-track court is. And by the way, that sounds good, right? Who doesn't want court cases to get resolved quicker? But let's use an example to explain this idea. Let's say a person is charged with breaking into a car and stealing a purse that was left in it. That's a Class 2 felony in Illinois, which is punishable by up to 3 to 7 years in prison. If this case went to fast-track court under my opponent's plan, the fast-track prosecutor might look at the case and say, okay, nobody got hurt. How about you plead guilty to a misdemeanor, pay for the damage to the car and the purse, and go on probation for a couple of years. And that might be a reasonable resolution to that case. But the kicker is, if you don't accept it within 14 days, then the prosecutor revokes that offer and seeks 3 to 7 years in prison. And so the problem with that is that's not seeking justice. That's literally seeking a conviction instead of seeking justice. If a crime and a defendant call for probation at the beginning of a case, then it calls for that resolution for the life of the case. In other words, it's not justice to say you only get a good deal if you jump through our hoops and play our fast-track game. And by the way, the likelihood of wrongful convictions increases significantly in this proposed system. Think about it. If you were innocent and were told that you could get probation if you plead guilty now, but if you don't, you're looking at 3 to 7 years in prison, what are you going to do? I've got a family. I can't be going to prison. If it's really an offer you can't refuse, then some people will end up taking it, whether they're guilty or not. Also, this has been tried in Winnebago County twice before, and it didn't work. Why? Like I said, it's not justice. And the judges know this carrot-stick approach isn't justice. So a case, if it doesn't get resolved in fast-track court, then it basically starts over in regular court with a new prosecutor and a new judge. And eventually, if it comes time to sentence the person for the offense, the judge will usually know that the state's attorney's office thought that probation and restitution were fair back at the beginning of the case. And so the judge will end up sentencing the defendant to that same sentence. And all that's happened is we wasted time in fast-track court at the beginning of the case. Like I said, prosecutors are required to seek justice, and not merely convictions. This has to be more than lip service. You have to do it in practice, and not just words. Fast-track court is contradictory to justice, and it's often counterproductive to speeding up case resolutions. And finally, it's been tried before, and it didn't work. We do need to make sure that the state's attorney's office is doing everything we can to get cases resolved as quickly as possible. But it has to be done fairly and justly, and not by coercing and cajoling people. I'm Paul Carpenter, candidate for Winnebago County State's Attorney. Please share this video to help us get our message out. And if you'd like more information about our campaign, see the description box below. I'm asking for your vote for Winnebago County State's Attorney, and I'm asking for your help in building a safer community.